John Wick, the puppy-loving anti-hero played by Keanu Reeves, has said before that he's back. He then tried to walk off into the sunset, but it turns out that Wick is far too wicked to get any rest. And in John Wick Chapter 2, when he says once more that he's back, it seems like he finally means it. Chapter 2 opens with yet another Russian mob leader, the brother of Chapter 1's villain, recounting the legend of John Wick, the Boogeyman. In case anyone didn't get the point of the first film, John Wick is dangerous. You don't mess with him.
So I guess you have a choice. You want a war? Or do you want to just give me a gun?
Somebody please get this man a gun.
Chapter 2 takes great joy in expanding on the first film's lore. Part of the original's charm, though, was how self-contained its organized underworld appeared, existing alongside but invisible from normal society. The sequel loses a little of that magic by demonstrating just how far the underworld's tendrils spread.
How many buttons?
2.
Trousers?
Tapered.
How about the lining?
Tactical.
When a high-ranking boss opens a contract on Wick, 1 million assassin smartphones seem to buzz at once. The streets and subways of New York explode with hidden hitmen. John Wick 2 also ratchets the action up considerably. The first film was cut nicely into a few acts with their own climaxes, but the sequel isn't so neatly divided. This time, the violence spreads further and further into moments that might have otherwise been lulls. Chapter 2 sees Wick more and more out of his element, hounded on all sides by an endless barrage of attackers who threaten to finally wear the boogeyman down. There's another club scene, this one spilling over into Rome's ancient catacombs. There's a modern art mirrored funhouse fight that's straight out of The Man with the Golden Gun. Even as Wick seeks safe harbor with Laurence Fishburne's character, he's beset on all sides, included by fantastically threatening new characters played by Common and Ruby Rose.
Good night.
Afraid so.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Where the first film was about John being pulled back into his shadowy past through an unfortunate coincidence, Chapter 2 is about Wick getting dragged back because he's simply too good at his job to be left alone. The sequel puts the underworld itself at the forefront instead of using it as background for Wick's more personal conflict. But it still works extremely well, combining all the aesthetic and tonal strengths of the first and expanding on Wick's world in ways that fans will find satisfying without answering too many questions. Director Chad Stahelski, one half of the team that directed the original, perfectly recaptures the style and visceral brutality that made the first movie so good. It's a terrible joy to watch this brutal ballet, even as you try not to think about the collateral body count that must be stacking up. It's not surprising that John Wick 3 is already in the works, especially given the way this one ends, with the throttle fully engaged as the credits start rolling. You can't really fault it for that, as long as it means more John Wick in the future. For more movie reviews, stick with us here at IGN.
Let's go.
Your descent into hell begins here, Mr. Wick. Earl will guide you. Do be careful on your way down. Oh, and remember, you owe me.
You don't want me owing you.